Let's have a close look at some of the Can-Am bikes we used on the trip. We've got the Outlander here, the Renegade and the DS450. All very different machines and perhaps suited to different types of riding, which we noticed on the trip. Some things were better than others, but they're all perfectly suited bikes to get away and have some fun. There were quite a few couples that came on the trip with us up to the Cape, and they all chose the Outlander Max. This is the Outlander Max XT package. It comes with a winch on the front and purpose built for two-up riding. The good thing about this model is it is a longer wheelbase, so it has a proper passenger step, as well as the passenger seating is all in front of the centre line of the rear axle, which gives the machine much greater stability with two people on it, and they really are a super comfortable ride. In some of the rugged country we were crossing, you need a really strong machine. These are that with the SST chassis, but they're also very plush. They give an excellent ride, very soft ride, and riders who rode the Outlander range, the two-seater or the single-seater for that matter, all got off at the end of the day like they started the day. Very easy bike to ride and very comfortable machine. The Outlander not only comes in two different seating variations, but it also comes in a 650 or 800 V-twin size. Same engine, one's just a little bit bigger. If you're after a more sporty ride and something that'll just go absolutely anywhere, the Renegade 800X is the monster you want. These things are absolutely awesome. Tucked just inside the front wheel here, the outboard disc brakes on these give you a much better sports feel, and they're very independent to each wheel. So you've got separate front and rear braking, and the rider has the ability to adjust and play with that as they're sliding through corners and out there having some fun. Both bikes have a fully independent rear end and a TTI rear suspension system, which is basically a trailing arm each side. It works fully independently, but it's got a sway bar that works between the two, which just makes them corner that little bit nicer. If you really enjoy a sporty ride, then you can't go past the super lightweight DS450. This one's the X model. It's actually my race bike. It's got smaller wheels on it. And perhaps if you were going on the Cape trip, like a few of the boys did, they had the original tyres on, gives them a lot more flotation. On the Renegade or the Outlander, sure, you can motor through some pretty deep water, some pretty big crossings, but the good thing about these is if it does get too deep, you jump off it, pops up like a cork, and you can swim it through neck deep water. Part of how Can-Am have achieved the lightweight in this machine is by the extensive use of aluminium. The frame's completely aluminium, it's riveted together, not welded, so there's no introduced stress there. Even the front A-arms are aluminium. They're the longest arms in the class for a 46-inch bike. They come right down to the lower ball joint, which is mounted inside the disc brake, and there's an inverted caliper there. So you run a big disc brake, gives you great brake feel, and it also means by having the ball joint in there that you can get some really good wheel alignment angles which transfer a lot less feedback through to the rider, so they're a very smooth, easy bike to ride. I was lucky enough to chop and change and swap bikes throughout the trip, so I enjoyed them all. But really you could choose any or either one. It's really up to you. There's a lot of personal choice in getting on the right Can-Am machine for the job.